Hello everyone, and in today's video we'll be reacting to Mid's video on a Genshin hit important lore in this limited time event, and that is the most recent one, the Homewood. I forget the name. I forget the name. I'm just gonna say he who came to win. That is not the name of it. Anyway, because I was thinking, I was like, wait, did she already make a video about this event and the lore within it? I'm like, oh wait, no, that video was specifically of Kleiner. And this is probably going to be talking about the whole Abyss side of the event, like talking about where like the Abyss is like the fates that never came to pass, and it's angry. Interesting, but I'm very curious. That's what got me thinking that maybe we could use the Abyss. Like I made a post about this on YouTube. I thought maybe we could use the Abyss to actually make an alternate reality or make a new world that's like an alternate version or something. Or maybe that's what the new world is going to be created with, is the Abyss, because the Abyss is fate itself, just the other fates. You gotta see what this is about. But yeah, let's get straight into this.
I'm making this video because Genshin loves to put massive lore reveals into limited time events.
True.
And years later, most people can't even go back and experience them.
Thank God they fixed that one.
This quest was no exception. So
Right?
this video is basically
This event is not. It is permanent, right? I'm pretty sure it is.
our little Irminsul archive, a way to keep a record
Nice.
of what this event was about and why it matters. The Knights of Favonius are finally returning from Nodcry, and Jean sends the traveler an invitation because the
Yeah, and it was
expedition has
Jean.
ended successfully.
It
But
was Jean.
Varka doesn't want their return to begin with some huge formal ceremony. He thinks the Knights should first have time to decompress and reunite with their families.
That makes
So
sense.
Jean, Alice, Nicole,
They were just
and
on a flipping like 6 to 7 year, not maybe 6 to 7 year, maybe even 8 actually, year-long expedition, man. Like I think when they want to go home, they just want to fucking just lie down and talk to their family. To be honest, that's probably all they want to do. And, hey, no, it makes sense.
Venti prepare a smaller celebration, and one of the main attractions is a magical bubble
But
world.
I'm not gonna lie, I thought that was the start of the fucking game until I saw the Traveler's Element.
That lets people relive the traveler's early adventures in Mondstadt.
I do love how it's the exact same names, just a little. I like it's like around the same names, but just a little bit different from the original game. Really cool.
Nicole explains that this bubble is a new kind of magic she and Alice invented, a small world built from a person's memories.
Oh,
meant
yeah.
to help the returning knights catch up on everything that.
And the Abyss is also the memories of the Fates in a way. All right. I mean, is it known? Does the Abyss have its own like Irminsul? I'm pretty sure it's been said, or maybe I'm going crazy and that was just a theory. I don't know, but I feel like if the Abyss would probably, if it's like that alternate phase, it probably would have its own Irminsul, and then we could probably use those memories of that other Irminsul to make a new world or a new bubble world. Oh man, I gotta be honest. I'm just thinking about how much. I was thinking the other day about how much lore is going to be dropped when Nicole releases. Like, it's going to be insane. We're going to get more Hex and Circle lore. We're going to get more Angel lore. We're probably going to see the civilization. We're probably going to see like more of like Hyperborea. We're probably going to see in a cutscene or in visually like what the angels used to do, what they used to look like, and stuff like that. Like more, and oh my god, and maybe we get to even see Nibelung.
Happened while they were away. Alice
I don't know.
is no
Maybe I'm
stranger
thinking
to
too much.
creating miniature
Hoping
worlds,
too much.
considering she was one of the creators of Simulanka, the imaginary world Durin came from. Another limited time event with huge
Yep.
lore. Mondstadt's defenders are finally
no.
coming home,
The smiley
and this
face.
bubble world gives them a way to experience everything they missed. It's basically their own lore recap. Act 1
Yeah.
begins with the Traveler and Paimon stepping into Alice and Nicole's bubble world while they were reading a letter. At first, it feels like a playful version of the start of the Traveler's journey. It's super nostalgic. The path through Starfell Valley is familiar, but
This is
everything
crazy,
is
this bit.
slightly off. There's an unusual fruit tree, odd enemies to fight, and even the Statue of the Seven has been turned into clean,
Hey,
creative
nice.
liberty, according to Alice.
Yes.
Then the pair come
Yeah.
across Dvalin and Venti, almost exactly like a replay of the moment when the Traveler first journeyed in Mondstadt.
Just not
The
covered
act
in the
ends when
Abyss?
Nicole reveals the truth.
Tainted by the
None
Abyss?
of this was physically real, except for Venti and Dvalin themselves. The Traveler had been placed inside a memory-made miniature world as a test run. The seemingly tiny detail matters matters because it sets up the event's main idea. This bubble made of memories
Bubble
is
universe.
not a perfect archive.
Bubble world.
It's a loose reconstruction. Nicole says the bubble world is still being transcribed and debugged. Memories are supposedly easy to extract, but they are
still
not a
downloaded
perfect
the game,
stable
bro.
foundation for reality. Even when this bubble world was made from Venti's memories of the Mondstadt Archon quests, a memory-based world can still drift, exaggerate, or fill in missing pieces in strange
Because I mean, yeah, like what Venti said, everyone has their biases, right? Everyone has their biases on the events that happen. Doesn't matter how accurate or how unbiased someone is, there will always be biases,
ways. You'll
right?
see what I mean in a bit. Nicole made the bubble more interactive by giving it self-deductive capabilities, meaning it can improvise and connect things on its own. So this type of magic can creatively reconstruct the past rather than preserve it with total accuracy. The more Alice and Nicole talk, the more they start to sound like software engineers, and it honestly makes me want to dust off my computer science degree. In Act 2, the bubble world now reenacts the Holy Liar chapter of the original Mondstadt story. But it has been adapted so the
This
returning
was
knights
a
and their
wild
friends can
scene.
participate like actors in an interactive play. The Traveler, however,
Before we got
points
full
out
on.
a problem. If this experience is supposed to be reenacted by everyone who enters the bubble, there can't be things or actions that only the Traveler can perform. In this case, only the Traveler could purify Dvalin's tears. Most people
So they
don't
just
know the
deleted that,
Traveler
bro.
can do that,
They just
and no
deleted
one else
that.
in Mondstadt
Which, as you can see in Act 3, leads to a certain event, which I really like, by the way. I've said this before. I've said this so many times. One of the things I've always wanted in these games is to see the alternate version of what would happen. I use this example so much, but during the Scaramouche fight, yes, we won. But what if I really wish we saw the reality of if Scaramouche actually got the divine knowledge capsules and actually won the fight. What would the world look like? And that is something I've always wished I could see. Is what would the world of Teyvat look like? The continent of Teyvat look like if Scaramouche actually won? In Samara. Oh my god, it'd be so cool. And we got a little thing about of it here of like if the Traveler never came to Teyvat in the first place. Monster ain't looking good.
could do it either.
It was
So
sick, man.
Alice and
Sick.
Nicole
And the whole Dvalin versus Dvalin fight. Holy shit, that cutscene was so good. Like, I'm not lying, in the first 5 seconds, I knew it was going to be a long and good cutscene. It was just because how slow paced it was at the beginning of the cutscene. I'm like, oh, yes.
Move that part from the Bubble World story.
It's gonna be
That
so good.
choice seems pretty logical in Act 2, right? Little did they know it would become the
Yeah.
biggest problem in Act 3.
We interrupt this lore spiral to bring you news from
Oh.
today's sponsor.
Today's video is sponsored by Aniva.
Oh,
For
right,
this
that's...
page, choose
Yeah,
password.
okay.
Aniva's
Yes.
pack they're ready to use on
Save
your next
money!
Not Cry video. At the end of Act 2, Varka thanks the Traveler for helping protect Mondstadt back then. He also says something important. Most people are helpless
Oh, yeah, they started talking about Signora and shit.
in the face of abyssal corruption, and if the Traveler had not helped Dvalin, Mondstadt's ending might have been far less kind.
And we get to see
actually
that.
saw this happen in Barbeloth's Scryglass. All of this quietly foreshadows the disaster inside the bubble the next day.
Bro, I gotta be honest, I thought there would be disaster in Act 3. I really did. Definitely at the very end of Act 2. But it's not how I thought it was gonna go. Like, I gotta be honest, I thought the disaster that was gonna happen was gonna be from Klee, because Alice was saying that she's gonna let Klee have full reign over her and everything, and that's what I thought Act 3 was gonna be, just Klee ruining the place. But no, it wasn't. But not what I thought.
In Act 3, when the Traveler returns for the final test run, the bubble looks wrong right away. Its appearance has changed. Nicole is unsettled, and the Traveler recognizes the presence of abyssal power. What honestly scared me in this scene was
It can't
that Alice
become
was
a
pretty
real bit.
serious for once. When the Traveler enters the contaminated bubble world, the fake Mondstadt
She's like Varka, right? Serious when they need to be, right? Serious when they really need to be.
has become a crisis zone. Rift Hounds attack the city, civilians have been relocated, and the team has to regroup while collecting heavily contaminated versions
God, the
of
Dvalin...
Dvalin's
Bro,
teardrop
dark aesthetics always look so good, man.
crystals. Venti explains that this Dvalin is far worse than the one we know, because the corruption has
Yeah.
spread through his entire body. If Dvalin
Every
had never
fiber
been
of its
purified in
being.
real life, this is what he would have become. His tears are now crystallized abyssal power, and if they are left alone,
This is obviously after, like, obviously he didn't become this version immediately. It's obviously said that Venti sacrifices, like not sacrifices, but injures himself, sealing Dvalin, and this is years after that. This is showcasing years after that when Dvalin breaks free in his completely abyssal corrupted form.
they will keep summoning monsters without end. So basically, we're seeing the version of events where the Traveler was never there to help during Mondstadt's crisis.
So cool.
Dvalin breaks free
So
from
cool.
his seal, his corruption gets even worse, and Mondstadt is nearly destroyed.
Wait, is this an actual cutscene? If it is, I mean, that's crazy. We already seen this Dvalin.
At that point, Dvalin would have had to be killed.
Oh my god, it
this
is.
the most important
What
part
was
to
that?
understand about the bubble's contamination. Make note of this for when we talk about the abyss in the future. Part to understand about the bubble's point, Dvalin would have had to be killed. This is the most important part to understand
save
about
it.
the bubble's contamination. Make note of this for when we talk about the abyss in the future.
Because if the Traveler purified Dvalin, it would have killed
The
him.
bubble
right?
didn't simply get infected because
well.
some random abyss goo slipped inside. Nicole says that when they designed this bubble world, they cut out the part from the story where the Traveler cleanses the abyss from Dvalin and did not replace it with a different sequence of events. Alice
Hey, you
and
live
Nicole
in your land.
assumed each act inside the bubble would function independently. But they were wrong. Since Dvalin was never purified in this edited version, the later outcome of the story began reorganizing itself around that missing act. The result was a major bug in their code, a version of the past where abyssal corruption was allowed to keep growing. The Traveler's suspicion about this situation is correct. What appeared inside the bubble was a nascent form of abyssal power that would have become the real thing if left unchecked. Paimon is shocked because that means it didn't come from outside. The abyssal corruption formed within the bubble. The bubble got contaminated because the magic system they built allowed a darker version of events to move too close to reality. The missing event of Traveler purifying Dvalin created space for a different outcome, and the bubble's unstable memory logic let it develop into real abyssal power. Imaginary, real, it's honestly giving Honkai Impact. Alice then explains why that's possible at all. According to the Hexen Circle's long observation of the Abyss, and especially Barbalot's interpretation, the essence of the Abyss is hatred carried by all the fates that will not come to pass. Her point is that every time one outcome becomes real, other possible outcomes are discarded.
Very interesting way of
Most of those
saying
discarded
it.
possibilities are tiny and harmless. For example, Alice
I don't know. Just giving like fate human emotions is just so interesting. It's just so interesting, which makes me think that obviously, like, because we got the abyss inside of Tevat, which grows with the non-chosen fates of Intevat, but also like we got the like abyss from outside of Tevat as well, which is like I guess like all the other worlds that also chose different fates, and then that abyss is trying to probably come to this. Is probably trying to get to Tevat because it's probably where the strongest abyss element is, but I don't know. I'm just yapping.
that if she ate Sweet Madame for lunch,
Whoa.
and the version of Alice who chose tea break pancakes is
Damn.
now a discarded outcome. But some lost
Very
possibilities
different.
are tea break pancakes
Very different styles of breakfast. I will admit. Chicken or pancakes, huh?
is now a discarded outcome. But some lost possibilities are even worse. She mentions Rhine-Daughter choosing the Abyss, which erased the future where Rhine-Daughter remained pure. This piece of information actually messed me up, and we'll talk about this later.
Oh?
So the bubble became dangerous because
Oh, we're just thinking about. Is it just thinking about a normal Ryan daughter? Normal. Or
was
maybe not.
simulating what could have happened. A possibility. Once the Traveler's role in purifying Dvalin was removed, the spell no longer had the event that originally stopped Dvalin's corruption.
Yeah, I
The
really
bubble's
like
logic kept
it.
moving forward anyway and essentially filled in the gaps of the new story. In the right conditions, rejected possibilities can apparently generate real abyssal energy. The party gathers Dvalin's contaminated tears across the ruined city, finds Varka near the damaged statue, and eventually confronts a fully corrupted version of Dvalin. During the fight, the real Dvalin answers Venti's lyre and arrives to help. Venti, Diluc, Jean, Varka, the Traveler, and Dvalin
Bro,
all
such
work
a good
together,
cutscene.
and Varka ultimately lands the final strike on the abyssal core, while the two dragons duel in the sky. The group escapes the bubble. And
This
somehow,
is
despite
insane.
Dvalin bursting out with them, the only damage is a broken window in Jean's office. On the surface, this event looks like a simple celebration of Mondstadt, a homecoming for Varka and the expedition, and a fun reunion with old friends. But inside this quest, Alice drops a piece of lore that genuinely messed me up. Because what she reveals here doesn't just matter for this event, it may be one of the clearest signs yet
It
that
matters
we're
for
getting
everything.
closer to the real truth of
Doesn't matter with
Genshin's
one thing,
world.
it matters with everything, bro. Like, if you choose to kill two Hilichurls instead of one Hilichurl, or if you choose to kill a Hilichurl over a slime, you created the Abyss. Isn't that crazy? Every action, that must really, I mean, you're, like, one of the Traveler's biggest enemies is the Abyss. But everything he does creates the Abyss. Everything anyone does creates the Abyss, which is, that's just wild. I don't know. That is just wild. Um, like, imagine something you hated and it was your biggest enemy, but every choice you made fueled, fueled it and made it stronger, and you couldn't do anything about it. That must fucking suck, man. That must suck. Um, but yeah, whoever did enjoy, let me know what your guys' theories and lore, or if there's any other lore that you guys want to spill. Let me know, because I just want to show you, because these are the posts I made. And it's this one, yeah, the Abyss, like, I don't know, the Abyss being able to create the foundation of the new world would be kind of crazy, because maybe the alternate reality is what the Fatui are striving for and want, you know? Maybe. Um, and yeah, I feel like we might get the. Oh yeah, this is also what I said. When we get Linnea, I feel like I don't know if that's how you even spell a name. I gotta be honest. I don't know. I don't know if it's one or two ends. Since we're getting Linnea, I'm expecting to learn more about the Adventurers Guild, and maybe since Sandrona has a huge part in the Adventurers Guild, aka making Catherine, maybe we get to see the new Sandrone, because I feel like we got to see it soon, right? So I don't know. I think it'd be sick. Because we still got four more characters in that drip marketed silhouettes. We got Nicole. I mean, we only got three left actually. It's Nicole, the one we don't know, which we all think is Sandrone, and we got that little girl, that Nahida thing. And I think that's it. Actually, I think it's only three. And maybe another random one. To be honest, I don't. Yeah, and maybe another random one. So 3 to 4, I think. Yeah, Kemi Bro actually has lightsabers. Actually, insane, by the way. Oh yeah. Also, I don't want to say this. I'm not lying. I did this. I got it. Okay, I went. I put it back to where I got it, but I'm not like I paused it immediately because I think I wanted to do something else. And then I think it played this much or just a few pixels more. And I'm like, oh, I know what this is. Isn't that so bad that this is like one of the most depressing pieces of music in the game? And you just know it immediately, bro. That's how good it is, bro. Oh my god. But yeah, let me know what you guys think of my theories. Let me know let me know what you guys think. And yeah, I guess I'll see everyone in the next one. Peace.